camera circling high above American Airlines Arena on this beautiful night, giving you a terrific view of our location here in Miami. Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. And here we go, the battle between conference.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
Tip-off goes to Houston. Here's the starting group for Houston. Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Trevor Ariza out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Dragic with a wide open look. And the 3 off target. Miami on defense. The league going more up-tempo with more three-point shooting. That's not, though, the Miami Heat.
No, they're at the bottom of the league as far as pace and as far as three-point shooting. This team makes its bones at the defensive end of the floor. That's really where they excel.
And here are the Rockets now. Beverly dishes to Capella. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Richardson kicks to Dragic. And he's good on the 3-ball. Dragic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. On defense, Miami. It's a 3-point game. It's stolen by Dragic. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Ship there as he increases the lead.
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Oh, that was sweet, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Not only can he set up others, but he can also be a big-time finisher.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. A slow start here for Houston in this one. It's stolen by Dragic. Moving it up. Here's Richardson, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
When he has the ball in his hands in transition, he always finishes strong, just like he did there.
Stolen by Winslow. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Winslow's got his first bucket of the night. And the Rockets with possession here. Still without a basket in the game. Kicks it to Beverly. Poked loose. It's stolen by Dragic. For the finish, rips down the breakaway slam.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
Well, they're really pushing their interior game right into the face of the D. And so far,
And that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Now let's stay sharp and finish strong.
.54 seconds left in the first. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Beverly.
just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Here's Dragic from outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Knocked loose. And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the dunk by Winslow.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Well, they came to play today. It's still too early, but they really have put their foot down on their opponent so far.
It's stolen by Dragic. They get it back. Roberts. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
I mean, they've really owned this game so far. Dominant performance all around for them.
Dragic gets the bucket.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Well, you figured this might happen given how efficient their offense usually is.
Harden the pass to Capella. They need this. The shot, no good.
Really surprised he clanked that one. He makes those on the regular.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. Heat lead by 18. For his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Really active hands early on here as they're able to acquire several steals.
I mean, jumping passing lanes, pressuring the ball, really forcing their opponents into some of these mistakes.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden are the 1 and the 2. Nene is out there with Anderson, and it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. Bosh can't get it to go.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Chris, throughout your career, you spent a lot of time down low on the blocks, and we're seeing less of that now, those post-ups that were such a primary option when you played in teams' offense. Does that concern you? Is that good or bad?
It's concerning from this point. Kids aren't being properly coached in the middle school and the high school level. Kids don't know how to play on the post. When you look back through the history of this game, whether it's been guards or big fellas, the post is not about how tall you are. The post is about how the closer you are to the basket, you usually have an advantage. And if you have game, then that pump fake game down there work and get you to the foul line. And if you are a good passer, then it draws the double team. It changes the angle that the defense has to look inside and play. It helps slow the pace down sometimes in the playoffs when the game gets tough and a little bit more physical. And we can say that everybody's changed their game, but only one team wins a year. So, you know, I don't know if the trend is necessarily not there with big guys not in the post. When I look at guys like Drummond, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, Horford, Jordan, Zebo, the Gasol brothers, there's still a lot of post players out there. So I don't subscribe to that opinion that is less on the post. I just subscribe to the opinion that maybe coaches don't want to coach that way because guys have post game. We just have to see if the game will change. But small ball right now is what everybody loves.
Great perspective. Now a timeout called by Houston. And a problem that this Rocket team, Chris, has had to deal with the last few seasons is quitting on themselves during games.
I mean, that's something you have to bring to the table as a player yourself. That's something that is very hard to coach out of a team or prevent because it's all on the mentality of the players. Just mental lapses in general have been a big problem for the Rockets over the last couple of seasons. And it's a shame because they have been so deadly when they all have their heads in the game from start to finish.
Rich Denny's checked in for Miami. Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Rockets. Pablo Prigioni comes in for Patrick Beverly. A nice shot by Winslow.
I mean, he's just been huge today for his team. Without his hot shooting, there's no way they'd have the lead.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. They get a hand on it. Here's Richardson. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
They're looking for offense inside as they try to chip away at this lead here in the second.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Here's Prigioni. He's guarded by Dragic. Knocks it loose. And it's Ariza in the corner. And nothing is falling for him right now. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Heat out front, running away with it. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Warren, it looks like you guys are giving them a lot of different looks offensively. Is that the key to the lead?
Yeah, you know, if every player on the court is dangerous for basket, then it's much easier for us, you know. And for defense, it's tough.
Thanks, Goran. We'll see you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You have to like what we're seeing from Goran Dragic.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
A guy who typically struggles from distance, but the defense gave him too many open looks. Let him build up his confidence.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. The big men, McRoberts and Bosch. Dragic is out there with Richardson, and it's Winslow in at small forward. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. NBA often comes down, Chris, to a final play at the end of the game, a big shot. You've hit some gigantic shots in your career. Who do you think are the best clutch shooters, the best clutch players in the NBA?
Oh, wow. I mean, you know, first of all, every team has a clutch guy, so you could say so many players. But when I think about a veteran like D. Wade who knows how to get you a tough bucket. I think about a guy like Melo, one of the toughest guys to check one-on-one that can get you just so many tough buckets. And then you got to go back to the Oakland, San Francisco area, that Bay Area, and you got to look at Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Those guys have to be near the top with their shooting.
I like that. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alderman.
Well, guys, the 10th pick in the draft can sometimes be a diamond in the rough. You remember Paul Pierce went to the Celtics many years ago with the 10th pick, and Justice Winslow fell to the Heat with the 10th pick a couple of years ago. From day one, Winslow has proven to be on the elite side of defenders in the league. Eric Spoelstra told us he plays with a veteran poise, but also with a youthful intensity, particularly on the defensive end. Kevin, he's been a great fit in Miami.
He just makes winning plays, DA. Thank you. Catching up on the changes with Miami. Williams, he's checked in for Josh McRoberts. Waiters comes in for Justice Winslow. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Richardson. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Well, it's no secret, Chris, that Mike D'Antoni is an offensive-minded coach.
Well, everywhere he's gone, offense has not been the problems for his team. He's long been regarded as the mastermind of one of the best offensive teams ever with the Suns. A lot of his assistants from those days are now head coaches in the league or in front offices.
Second chance effort. Miami grabs the miss. Bosch has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. From deep. Bosch with another miss. For Houston, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Timeout. Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Well, the crowning moment for the Rockets' franchise history has to be their back-to-back titles in '94 and '95. Jordan was out of the league, and it was time to shine for Houston. Hakeem Olajuwon led their team to their only 2 titles in franchise history.
And with the Rockets' pair of titles, what a scrappy group of teams those were. Drexler and Olajuwon were the stars, but everyone could play on their team.
But what is really wild about the '95 run is that the Rockets were a 6th seed. That was the lowest seeded team to ever win the NBA Finals.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Williams. Winslow comes in for Dion Waiters. Richardson, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Dragic in for Johnson. And so the ball's out of bounds. Winslow touched it last. And stolen by Richardson. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here is McRoberts, covered by Beasley. From deep, Richardson. And again, Miami with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Tipped away. And Dragic with a clear path to the hoop. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
I mean, it's just been one of those days for them. It seems like all their shots are dropping for them.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Heat out. And for Houston, they're shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. They've got Beasley. He's out there with Decker. Nene is out there with Brewer. And it's Prigioni in at the point guard position. No good. Now, here's Brewer. Ellington defending. Poked away. And stolen by Ellington. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
Well, that's what we call incentive. He gets rewarded for excellent defense on that play. Great job coming up with the steal and turning it into an easy bucket.
Johnson attacking. Rebound by Nene.
Great aggressiveness, attacking the hoop with reckless abandon. Just missed time to dunk by a hair there.
And modern NBA defenses have changed pretty dramatically since the league stopped enforcing man-to-man as the only strategy. What do you see from that change?
I see from that change guys kind of losing their skill one-on-one, having to score because they aren't used to playing against true defenses. I think sometimes it's a cop-out for the defense. I think the NBA is a different league. I think the NBA are the best players in the world, and therefore you should be able to guard your man one-on-one. I think that rule may have been put in place so that coaches can hide defenders on their team that can't play defense, but yet still keep them as an integral part of the team on offense on the other end. So I'm definitely not a big fan of it, but hey, it's a rule, and if I were a coach, I'd definitely use it if I saw fit. But it's just so hard to rebound on defense, so easy for the offense to rebound because you can't see. You have to communicate that much more. But, hey, if you're playing against a team that is shooting the lights out and you want to stop penetration sometime, that may be the way to go, but not a big fan of the zone.
Like that.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Heat.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category. I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Goran Dragic.
His defense was outstanding tonight, and the sense of timing that he had was a big part of it. Anytime it looked like there might be a big momentum swing, he was out there to come up with a big steal and keep things going their way.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Dragic.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, what are you asking? Maybe they should let up a little, right? This is just brutal to watch.
Here's Brewer. Another miss by Houston. There's the feed to Richardson. Launches it. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Dragic. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.